Hi Gemini, how is it going? Welcome to November 2024. Book a reading with me, rubyreadstarot.com. All donations made to the channel are so greatly appreciated. You can find out where to do so in the description box. Let's take a deep breath in, Gemini. Let's go 1, 2, 3. All right, let all of it go, Gem. New moon in the sign of Scorpio, and it is officially mystery season. Mystic, dark, and moody. And don't we just love that? Gemini, this new moon for you, I think you'll know, is this almost like this personal awakening of where you know certain transformations that have needed to take place in your life for a minute now. And I feel like Jupiter, having been in retrograde, having done its thing in your sign, has really illuminated a few things for you. 9 of Wands. How happy are you where you're at? All of these excessive responsibilities, all of these finicky processes, all of this extra shit, all of this stuff that you took on you, and that's now beginning to feel really burdensome and heavy on your soul. Please know that it was not in vain. These experiences, these things that might be creating some sort of struggle or stress in your life still remain the protective barrier between you and the rest of the world. And I think, Gemini, you, a lot like Virgo, have this side to you where you are very much extroverts. I'm not going to take these. I will take this. 6 of Swords. You're being invited, Gemini, to heal some of this extra weight, all of this feeling of being overburdened, and make some sort of journey. Gemini, this is the lesson. You're gonna have to move on from this energy of it just being too much. Like, you need a break. Hermit card. Virgo energy. Some of you have been in deep thought about moving forward with this Gemini, with this Virgo. And some of you have been in deep thought about knowing that the stress that you're carrying right now really is something that you want to move away from, because there is some time that you need for you. And Gemini, if you have been feeling the need to seclude, that doesn't surprise me. This is definitely that season of fixed emotion. 6 of Pentacles. Put that under the 6 of Swords. And it's almost like, hey, listen, if you don't confront these emotions, if you don't really just confront whatever the fuck this is that you know has been playing out on your heart and has kind of been really burdensome and really heavy, like, if you're not willing to take this season, November sandwich between one new moon to the next new moon, right? The amount of changes that can take place in this time is entirely dependent on how willing you are to take the emotional lessons, turn them into intellectual incentive to move on. You know that you need some solitary time in order for you to regain this point and this purpose. There is something about you balancing your give and take here, Gemini. The 10 of Wands, here we go. The Sun card. The 7 of Wands. The 2 of Swords. The 10 of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. Gemini, I feel like this month in particular is going to be a bit of an opportunity for you to come back to life. And I feel like there's a bit of a journey and a bit of a process that is going to be involved in this in particular. You know that the way things were going, status quo, the burdens, the responsibilities, it had you kind of low vibrational, okay? And I think it's safe to say that that kind of has resulted in this completion of the cycle. I think the end is now in sight. You can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's probably worth you looking at where it is you can prepare to drop all of this burdensome, problematic, heavy shit, because the finish line is very much in sight. You taking, intellectually speaking, the valuable lessons that you've learned from this burdensome cycle and looking to move forward really does instigate, in trickle effect, this revival, Gemini. And as the sun approaches your opposite sign, I feel like it is going to inadvertently create some sort of revival in your spirit also. The time is for journeys, the time is from taking the lessons, the time is for moving forward. And that also means a revival in your spirit, in your motivation, in your inspiration, in your confidence, in your ability to see the things around you actually grow. I think, Gemini, you're going to have to pay special attention to the fact that there may have been certain people around you that had benefited from keeping you stuck, stagnant and small. And I really would not be deliberating between both of the twins in situations where you know that right now, if you wish to allow not only some time for yourself, but to prepare to drop the burdens and to maintain boundaries, Gemini, you find that there is a liberation and a coming back to purpose, finding your purpose again, a renewed sense of self, a renewed sense of motivation. Gemini, as there is a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, your opposite sign, by the end of the month, you're in a very happy, loving, home, emotionally contented situation. It's just about you sorting a few things out and maintaining some form of boundaries up until then. Drop the burdens, and sometimes even doing that, Gemini, requires a lot of self-discipline and a lot of can-do attitude to things. Gemini, I feel like you know that this is now time that you can't drag this burdensome shit around you anymore, and you're gonna have to drop this shit. Just drop the baggage, drop the burdens, drop whatever the fuck this thing is that you know that you're carrying around. It's expired now, and this new moon is saying exactly that. Transform this situation. Transform it by intellectually learning what you've learned from it, taking that on, maintaining your boundaries, reviving your spirit, being very aware of how you may have been sabotaged at the hands of other people's gaslighting or vampiric nonsense. You need your time out. So do as your Virgo, other side of Mercury self does. That's what the other twin does. When it's time for time out, honor that. The boundaries that you need to create maybe between you and other people, but I do feel like it's almost between you and this kind of hypochondriac, you versus all of the bacteria of the world, or you versus the rest of the world, or wherever, however it plays out for you. This month ends with emotional contentment of the highest. So make sure you have revived yourself to the Gemini highest. Knight of Swords. You're ready to move by the end of the month. And that makes sense because this is a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And we're all about the adventure. You know that. Gemini. All donations made to the channel are so greatly appreciated. Find out where to do so in the description box. Book a reading with me at rubyreadstarot.com. Hit the thumbs up button if the video helped. And subscribe